Welcome back to the Challenge Accepted series. I'm Red Monster, and we face a crucial turning point. We've proven we can survive. The Raiders lie defeated, and the Baron's attempt to seize Wildfeld ended in his retreat. Our two regions are thriving, established settlements with consistent growth, but survival was just the beginning. While we've built strong defenses and sustainable economies, we're still vastly outnumbered and surrounded. It's time to shift from defense to offense and embark on our own aggressive conquest. The cost will be high to challenge the Baron's dominance, but we must act or remain trapped in our corner of the map forever. We have the treasury, the influence, and the military strength needed to start pressing our own territorial claims, but expansion in this challenging environment requires calculated risks, strategic resource allocation, and battles where the stakes keep rising. Can we tip the scales in our favor? We find out starting now. All right, welcome to part 3 of the Manor Lord's Challenge Accepted Achievement Hunting Long Play. We are here in Wildfeld, my home region. Just getting set up again. We have 57 families total. We got 19 available living space. We overbuilt a little bit getting set up for the central corridor here. We have 63% positive approval rating, 1,700 regional wealth. We've got stable space for days. Food and fuel, we're at 6 and 7 months. Things are coming in, things are going out, but yeah, alas, we have a lot to work on. So, we were working on constructing and getting folks set up in some of our main living areas in the central area. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start doing some construction on some of these unoccupied residences and pause those. I'm going to get some backyard plots in each. We have some planks, which we are going to use for as many of these as we can. And then just set the pause. So we're going to be bringing the available living spaces down so that we can make sure we focus on our orchards here, which is going to be a big source of food for us. And we don't want to waste too much time waiting for those to be built. We probably have enough to be able to chicken coops, just the animal pens everywhere. We're going to be doing animal pens primarily because we don't really have any meat right now, and any excess we can start getting would be helpful. And we also don't have to commit regional wealth to it, even though we have that going. So, set these up down to 9. Okay, 8. We got one family working there already, one here. Okay, 7 available living spaces. And where are all of those coming in at? So we have a bunch that are under construction that we've paused. Those were all good. 1, 2, 3. 4. They've got people working over here. Uh-huh. Just chasing them down. Where are they all at? This one, we will actually have a vegetable garden, but I'll pause that. So 6, there's 3 and 3. And I think some of our, we don't have a level 3 burgers plot yet. But that'll be good. We'll be able to target more specifically into the region we want these families to go into. I think the extra 3, they're just hanging out somewhere. I wish there was a way you could just toggle through that. Our stonecutter camp, we're good. We're going to demolish that and actually remove that road. We'll expand this way here in the future. So a couple things that are going on for Wildfeld. We've got our manor complex that we'd like to build into. Getting some available living space set up. Yeah, we got room for about 10 plots. These can be artisans. We're going to check out the taxes. We're going to bump up our tithing actually to 15%. And our land tax, I'm going to bring it down to 4%. 4% versus 5%, we get a 2% approval loss versus a 3% approval loss. And at 4%, we'll still generate treasury, but I want to get my happiness up above 75% in this region so that we can continue to grow aggressively. I want to grow aggressively, that's the key. So we got our tavern here, that is the highest priority. A lot of folks with oversupply of ale, which is going to be crucial for us. Of course, yeah, realizing now those 6 available living spaces, they're the 2 double burgage plots on my orchards. Let me tell you, math might be a little hard. As far as overall food production, food variety down at 23%. That is probably because my granaries are all under construction. That's a bummer. Got a few that are kicking around the map here. Looks like all are being built on. See, we got our wild berries there that need some love. We got a burgage plot here. Could go up to level 2. This one is not quite ready for it. So that food stall supply is going to be a concern for us. We have 2 available folks. We've got positive 63%. We get the next 6 families that'll move in that take to the orchards, and that should help with our food production. Make sure we're capturing that because we did overbuild significantly in this area, but we'll open those up as we get into kind of the balancing population space. We have a couple other things on the north side here. There is an area of emmer fertility. We're going to try and start exploiting. We get some food production there. Our mining pit, we will really have to do better with our clay tiles. Roof tiles are a fantastic export. We don't have to do any extra conversion, and we can manage our militia with our existing blacksmith stuff. Take a look. We got 148 iron parts. I'm going to actually switch over to the spears and the large shields, and that's going to make sure that our current retinue is good. We have enough people. I'm going to actually commit another retinue or militia unit here. My retinue is completely gone. They got wiped out in a previous encounter. And then we have a level 2 burgage plot here. I'm actually going to convert these guys over to be the bowyer's workshop. Run that. I've got an excess of iron ore right now, so I'm going to take my mining pit down to 1. Anywhere else we can spare people. Clay furnace I'm going to bring down a little bit just for now. And yeah, I think that's going to be how we manage. We got 170 timber, 10 planks. Doing really good with our buildings over here. We'll probably get a 3rd clay furnace set up to do more charcoal, and we could export charcoal as some regional wealth generators. Option. We'll at least plug 1 in there, but the priority is going to be all of the granaries. Make sure those are highest priority. These granary storehouse, those were kind of initial temporary. We're going to pause those at some point. Pull materials out, maybe even demolish them if we got a good time of year to do that, so that we can have our farming area all freed up. Okay, here, the large granary. Set that as the highest priority, and then with 6 people, or 3 people available, 3 families available to make that construction happen, we should be in good shape. Now, next up, Roheloch. Roheloch is in progress of being developed. But we have a manor that's coming in. It's almost done. We're at like 92%. That's where we left off last time. So this is going to be another region with a great source of food. We've got rich berries. We're also doing really, really well on our meat production for now. And we've developed trapping. We're going to be into the advanced skinning. And this region is where we're going to be doing all of our sheep breeding. We're going to bring in a stockpile of sheep to start. We'll get lambs. We're going to export lambs off to the other regions that are local, and then import the sheep back from them, so that we can kind of keep a balance there. We want to have as many sheep adults here. All of the lambs we're going to push out to other regions, bring them back once they've grown up, and they're able to breed a little bit more. So a little bit of a efficient inter-regional trading. Okay, so there is this central area of town we'd like to develop. That's going to have a trade outpost and a tavern, some other areas that might connect across. I'm tempted to go maybe this direction, have a centralized area. I know this is already pretty wide open. That would also make sense. Let's take a look at what would make sense from services perspective. And oh man, this entire area, there's not a single way for the underground water to go. We have some over this way, or that way. We can connect that. Now we've got 7 available, or 7 living spaces being constructed. 2 of them right here, kind of on our initial branch. 2 people working right now on construction, so unassigned families. We have this little logging area we've set up that'll help support that. You always want to be ahead of your logging needs, because when you get down, like, you know, just waiting on timber and planks, it is a rough state to be in. Okay. All these folks have to do is just to finish out the construction queue they've got. Put in a few more burgage plots if we'd like to. Some of those might come around on the central corridor here. So, from here, bring that down and across. Tie in, and I'm just going to thicken up this road. Let it be right on the edge of snapping there. Of course. Balance out the angle of this roadway here. And got a couple extra lines in there to really thicken out that central, like that. Okay. So the King's Road gets nice and wide across that. And we'll probably have this section of the King's Road also get a little thick. I want to do a couple crossbars in between that we can use to help anchor. Broaden our options for line snapping. Okay. So from about here, come up, cross. Here. Oh, if I just increase or decrease the curvature, kind of smoothing that. Looks great, looks great. And there. Bang. Oh, that's more nice. This one probably bumps out a little bit too wide. I'll negotiate that. And just doing this to give a better aesthetic of the overall road thickness. There's not great tools to do that, at least in the current state of the game. Talk to me about my wish list for it. Yeah, it's something I do want. I think could really benefit. You got some great aesthetic tools. Just need a little bit of developing. ahead and remove the crossbars that we use just for the snapping aid. Widen the main city. Check out the last few. Clear up some crossbars. Even get a little bit more of this here. Won't be perfect, but it will be nice. Okay. And then in the main city crossroads, we'll kind of round out the corners like this. I just do the two snap on one side, two snap on the other. Get really nice kind of rounded corners off of those roads. And usually it's not too much of a cut, but enough that it obviously looks like a pretty well trafficked area. We're going to plan on having a marketplace. I think it would make sense to go right here. Kind of a central right off the main road. We're going to plan for our trading post. Having that connect, be kind of open. It sits here on the main King's Road. Okay. Opening up into the town center area. Again, making sure this is the ability to connect across on that road. Great, it'll go perfect right there. We know there's going to be a marketplace in here, so we'll probably take a corner. Just establish like that. Sure if the angle works out. Just double up that road as we get to it. And one other factor we probably want to put in, just for aesthetic purposes, like a nice shrine the corner. Maybe up over here that's a little bit more prominent at the town center. Okay. Get this set up. We're gonna let them build around here for a bit. So that we can have 30. And I'm confused as to why it's doing a weird thing in that corner there. 37 stalls. That actually looks pretty great. And yeah, we'll drop in. We've got a storehouse. We've got a granary. They're gonna go back this way. Storehouse on the King's Road makes perfect sense. Right there, and the granary just opposite on the same road. Maybe we'll have it in the corner here, or just behind. Oh, let's do this. Put the storehouse right behind, off to the side of. Carry this road back. That might be a deciding factor. Okay. Alright, wonderful. Storehouse is going to go between right there. Road facing. Granary will be road facing as well. They'll connect across here, and then we'll have some nice space available. If we set, so from right here, one road behind, I like to have our hitching posts just behind the trade hall, especially for the central area of town. And then we can build out a few burgage plots. Just deep enough to get two. Could extend this a little bit more as well. That would be probably best. here. I don't know if we're overbuilding, but at least getting the central area started up will be great. And yeah, we can actually connect this right in here. That makes sense. Good connectivity. Okay, Wildfeld, they're doing great. What do we see? Generic storage is exposed. The pantry's full. Alright, wow. See, we got our level 1 burgage plots. Anything that's got a vegetable garden on the back, we want to make sure we're processing, working up. Okay, a lot of requirements not met, and farmhouses being a thing. So here we're close to the end of April. This is what, year 5? We're doing okay as far as our overall development, but we want to expand into a 3rd region, and our imports of barley are what's really killing us. We don't have a great area to really farm barley right now. And for both Wildfield and Roheloch and any other region we want to get into, we're going to have a supply of barley. Because that ale is what makes our villagers happy. It's going to be a real rough time if we don't manage that. Get it up to speed. So, solve that. There are 2 farm-heavy regions. There's Enderdornley, which is kind of a weird corner lot, and then Schachspitz, which has a lot of space. It's a relatively flat area, like a lot of timber that we could cut down. It's got clay deposit, wild animals, and overall emmer looks great everywhere. We've got some pockets where we can do barley farming, flax fertility, and I think that would make sense to go into. This peninsula area is a little interesting. It's kind of isolated, and there's not a direct cross over. You'd have to go over to another region to get even to a bridge in the south. It's tough. It makes sense. It's connected over to Roheloch. We could continue the road from Roheloch in, and help good connection between those 2 cities. And maybe, if we're doing farming, not sure, is there a little bit of flax? Barley's not great. Emmer is great there, but we can do emmer pretty much anywhere. Yeah. Got a little pocket of flax there. I think it would make sense that we'd probably have our urban sprawl in this region. Get some of the iron up and out. But at April 26th, I think we're going to try and get ourselves set up to challenge the Baron. We got 3,100 influence. Make sure that our taxes are set, tithing is set. We're doing okay here. So let's get our retinues summoned, rally them here near the edge of the map, and let's see who we can hire for our mercenaries. So the Brotherhood of the Forest, the local thugs, and then the Battle Brothers that are going to come in from Klainau. Sign the contract, bring them all in, make sure they're in position before we start our fight. Make sure they all run to positions, and bring the rest of our folks in. Okay, so anybody that is archer, mercenaries, gets control 9. All of our melee are control 0. We make sure they are our first. My guys will kind of be in between. Let's set the formation. Just holding tab shows where they're forming up at. So, it's good. We'll get here. We're spending 125 per month of our treasury to make this happen. Getting folks moved over. Let's see. From Klainau. They're a little further away. Getting my folks set up. New mercenary companies are available, so let's go see. We can hire some more, and we want to do this right now so that we do not run into problems with the Baron bringing in folks. So we could hire from Klainau. Again, these guys just came in. Ander Dornley, the Ravenous Vultures, they are going to be a great resource. We'll sign them in. We are going to sign in the Klainau folks, the Wayward Sons. Get them on their way. But anybody who's not yet set, we're going to run 2 positions here. I'm going to select 9 and include these guys now. Select 0 and include the rest of these. Missed one of them. Archers. Okay. Let them manage. We bringing these guys in for sure. Want them in position first. Before we throw down the challenge. And the group's coming over from Klainau. Okay, but still, yeah. I don't know if they're gonna make it. We'll have them fire at will. But at least get this group into position before we issue the challenge. And that should be able to let us manage the Baron handily. Yes, sir. Faster. Guys, move up ahead. My guy's pretty well safe. All your guys is set up. And just since I know we're probably going to have the Baron on the far side here. Okay. So, let's issue the challenge. We're going to claim with influence towards Schachspitz. We'll roll the clock. Baron probably won't take this one easily. Battle for Schachspitz. We are already in the region. And would you look at that? The Baron right off the bat is in. Okay. Things, think about it for a minute. And let's just move in.
Pick up the pace! Yes, your orders! My liege! Move quickly! Yes, sire! Move quickly! My liege! Attack! Yes, sire! My liege! Die, bastard! My liege! Kill them! Sire! Die, bastard! Move quickly! Move quickly! Kill them!
Alright. Make sure all my militia is in stand the ground configuration. Get real aggressive there. Alright. These guys are getting wrecked. We're gonna have you come back out. These guys are gonna run to positions. Enemies in there, causing interference. You guys are too fatigued to do anything. Bring you across. Got him pinned.
Push forward, men. Push everybody forward.
That conversation. Okay. All right, victory has been declared. Not too bad. So taking it over. I'm gonna go ahead and disband my units. Not too bad. I mean, I lost some. It could have been much, much worse. Go ahead and have you guys
Pick up the pace.
run back home. Don't have to worry about that. Now, we did see something else happen. Roheloch completed the manor. So we're going to go set some policies real quick before we get too far ahead of ourselves. Tithing, we got plenty of food. So 14 months of food. I'm going to tithe at 15%. And the tithing, basically just the surplus food, it's given to the church, gains you influence. We want to try and get our influence up above 2,000 for another regional expansion. And the tax, we don't have a ton of tax regional wealth generation right now. So we'll just kind of commit a little, but we'll need to work through. Couple of things we're going to need in this region. We got 3 available people. So I know we're going to need a horse for our livestock. We saw that as a problem before. And we do want to have some industry with the dyer's workshop. Plug that in. We got 1 available living space now, 7 being worked on, and some more that will be probably pretty aggressive. We'll set the logging camp there as a very high priority. We're going to pull 2 people off here. That's cool. And then 1 off the woodcutter's lodge. I think we're going to get into charcoal exports pretty darn soon. Need to get some level 2 burger spot upgrades. So we'll keep an eye on that. But this across here. Connecting to our farming logging area. A 3rd down that road. Not getting much extra. Okay. 6 unassigned folks. We want to make sure they get into the logging very quickly. Bring out the roads. All across, and that looks pretty good. Oh, hang on. They had a brewery at the fire. Was under construction. Oh, man. Okay. So, treasury change. We're getting 88, and we're paying a lot of food being given away for tithes. So yeah, the brewery was hit by lightning. That was unfortunate. We got our families actually moving into our orchard for the first time. Yes. And we can upgrade this to level 2. I am going to do this because it is a, yeah, it's a need, right? They need to have the additional pantry space on these. Saw pit that's finished. Brewery is finished there as well. The large tavern's going. Policies are available. Logging camp. Boom. Working. 2 in the saw pit. There's a woodcutter's lodge as well, but yeah, keep managing here. What do you folks need? You just need planks, looks like. Those upgrades. Hey, Wildfeld. Family members are joining. Forger's hut is full. Highest priority on the granary construction. I think we're having a hard time moving goods back and forth, and to me that tells me we need more oxen. We'll bring them in. We want to make sure that taxation stays low. You guys will be able to disband now. Small stone church is doing good. Large granary, large tavern, those are all good. One thing I know we're going to want over here, if we go to our trade, logistics. So a pack station. I like having these in with the manor complex. I'll put, do 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 different pack stations available that we can assign people to. There'll be an area where we can send goods out and back from other regions, keep them supplied. Family members join the settlers. Wildfield, excellent. We're gonna upgrade you to level 2 as well. And you're gonna get wonderful. Okay, so 2 available living spaces, and we're gonna go ahead and unpause some of the key areas here. Just now that we've got our orchard set, that should be a really great food area. Part of the problem with overbuilding is you can very quickly run yourself out. Like, we had that burgage plot ready to go. It would have just sat there for ages and ages. And all of these are going to get their backyard plots. So that'll be great. Do an animal pen. Here as well. These are all settled. And we really could go through and like micromanage the assignments for people. We've got 5 families living here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that could be working that area. Got our large storehouse. Let's see what's being stored here. Oh. Yeah, that's a big problem for us as well. We want to turn off planks. We want to turn off anything crafting wise. We don't even really want to have charcoal will store, but no firewood here either. We'll do firewood. We'll turn off all of our tools, turn off all of our military stuff. Charcoal, firewood, and planks. That's the only thing that should be set up for this large storehouse. Hopefully it'll be able to offload that. Balance those things appropriately. Okay. See, we got our tavern set up. Coming up in September, we'll start harvesting apples. That's going to be great. Keep some good food variety, and hopefully the size of the orchards is good enough. With the double-sized plots, these will be some of the first ones we also get up to level 3. just so we can have 4 families working those plots. And we got a couple of level 2 upgrades, little freebies here and there. Anything with a vegetable garden. Okay. 2 available living spaces. We got 7 families unassigned. Let's just see. How are we doing on our food varieties back up? Training capacity is good. We got more people than we need right now, it looks like. Put 1 person in the storehouse. We'll put 1 person in the mining pit. Another 2 people in the clay furnace. Hopefully that'll speed things up. And of course, since the clay is going to be a good long term, go ahead and set up the other mining pit next to it. And we have, oh, we don't have space to do the other mining pit right now. The smithy's in the way. We'll put another person on the smithy, exporting tools and keeping our revenue up. 2 available, 14 going. This logging camp, I'm going to go ahead, pause it, and probably Woodcutter's Lodge. Thinking we were going to want to set up an area here for logging, but for me, it like the way this looks like to start is that we would have a crossroad there. We'd have a forester's hut in between out this way. A nice variety of stuff connecting in between. So we'll queue these all up for some construction. And then, yeah, I think next, get our new region settled. Already seeing the increase in influence. Up at 1,500, we started at like 14-ish. So let's develop Schachspitz. We're going to start off, we can't move the shoal fish, but we can move wild animals. And if I can keep both of my food production areas together, then I think we'll be in good shape. We're going to sacrifice a few things to start. So I'm going to set up and trying to migrate this herd with the hunting camp. Seeing where we got our stuff configured. That's not the worst. I'd like it to be a little further in, but this is also kind of how we're looking for manure. It's right on the outside of the flax and kind of in the middle of the barley. I'd like to keep this for flax, so let's keep on with the migration. Kind of have to do it randomly. You could go like preset a bunch of hunting camps to force it out of an option, but terrible so far. That's pretty close. I just worry about being able to construct along there, but you know, might be able to make it work. I'd like it to be a little further out, so if we can go here, here. Perfection. Look at how many I've set up here. Holy crap. Be a lot of cleanup on the end. That's probably as close as we're gonna get to perfect. So, have all of those. We need to now drop in our settlers. And deciding where the first family is gonna go is always tough. But I think we're gonna probably put them right here. We'll get our food produced out there. We'll have, if I'm not mistaken, there was some areas along here that we could have some homes, some farmhouses, and then we could reserve this peninsula for kind of a bustling metropolis. And the manor on the far side, we could gate in the area, and that way we'd have a really nice defensible location here. We just have the farmhouses off in this region that would be kind of a little bit more at risk, but yeah, let's go do that. So I know we're going to want to probably have some settled homes and stuff right along here, flax and barley. So just in this region, we'll get that clay deposit capped off very quickly as well. And I'm going to put them right on top of the clay deposit, more or less. I'm going to send in additional starting supplies at 500. Let's see, are we currently raining right now? No. Get in with storms, and it's going to wipe your stuff out. So we'll set this up right here. They'll have their initial supplies. 500 gold for double starting supplies. Commit to that. And now let's do first some cleanup on all those extra hunting camps we built. That migration took a lot longer than it should have, but alas, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay. Here, demolish there. I use the hunting camps rather than the shrine because the shrine has such a small footprint, especially if you're putting it in the trees. It's harder to get like right on the pinpoint accurate spot to drop those off. Gotta hit camp right there. That's great. Having a great food supply right off the bat is going to be really crucial to keeping villagers happy, addressing some of our early game needs, and also we're gonna try and bootstrap this from Wildfeld, which should be able to send supplies in exchange for some basics, right? We'll do some exchange that way. Whatever they've got available. Try and do some barter with. Stuff. Okay. Here. Price you pay for perfection. All set. Got our starting folks here, and got Emmer. I think what we're gonna do, flax that we can do over here. We have barley that'll be on either side. This area right here will be developed as kind of our central storage for the farmhouses. So that means we're gonna have. I want to make sure we have a trade post. Right on the corner here. Okay, I'm committing that right now. That doesn't mean we're locking it in. Somewhere with the... We'll see where we can put the well. Right there. Okay, getting our storage buildings. So the storehouse. Right along behind the trade post. Granary. Along here, I know we're gonna put some farmhouses down, get that going really, really early on. So we'll have that. I'm gonna then decommission the trading post right after I get a road. Kind of comes along here. Bring this in just a little bit. Commit that, and then we'll have our marketplace on the opposite side. 2, 3, 36 stall locations. Why is it being so weird? Okay, 36. Fine. Bring this road down across. And now we can demolish that. Probably put in a hitching post. 2. A lot of great space for the farmers to push their cattle up at. We're gonna do the heavy plow pretty quickly. Get that going. So we have those. What are we looking at? We got 11 timber left. So we need our logging camp. I think it's going to make the most sense to put our logging camp right here. We're going to take out this area, start developing it. We're going to build a lot of planks to be able to go across this peninsula with one bridge. And yeah, kind of service. We'll have a lot of people living here and kind of farms on the outside. So let's see. We got our logging camp. We'll need a woodcutter's lodge at some point, and probably put it on this side here. Oh, and then residential. We have 8, so that's gonna be 4 burgage plots to start. Let's see. Blacks is gonna start over here, so we wanna probably build this way. Here. Just deep enough for the backyard extensions. 2, 3. Double-sized plot there, so they'll get us 4 and 5. Let's set some priorities. We'll do a high priority on that. We'll do a very high on the granary. Highest actually on both the granary and the storehouse, and we'll do a high, lowest, just there. Oh, you know what? We're also gonna need our fisherman's hut and a hunting camp down at the far side. So the hunting camp, let's go talk about what those are at as we're gonna decommit 2 of these. Sure, that's highest priority for the logging camp. Okay, so we have the King's Road that connects in here. You can kind of run more or less along this edge or very close to it. Come right in through that area where we already got a marketplace set up for that side of things. That'd be great. I want to set up our fisherman's hut right there. Actually looks great. Right along the edge of the shore there. And then the hunters, I'll put those right here. We'll actually go kind of close here. In between the two. Eventually, we can have a granary right between these two. And maybe a couple of burgage plots. And even something on this side, right? A little orchard on that. Okay, so we'll set fisherman's hut. We're outside of the seasonal, so we'll just leave that as a medium. Okay. So that should be able to manage. Let's get started on our construction. Of course, right off the bat, our supplies are getting damaged. I asked if it wasn't raining. It was like right on the verge. Sadly, stocks have been damaged. That's rough. That's part of the challenging difficulty. That's just a bummer. Two months of food. Most of our bread just gone. Crap. Don't settle in the rain, I guess. And that dyer's workshop over there, we wanted to put somebody in. We're gonna set some reserves. I want to go below 50 berries, and we'll call it 100 dyes. How else are we doing here? We got 3 available spaces. And room, finally. Let's go here. 3. Okay. Out there. 1 person each. Mercenary storehouse. We'll have our livestock. Order in an ox. Put a person in there. Okay, Wildfeld. Doing good. Time for the level 2 burgage plot. Okay, level 3 is coming up next. We got 2 with 13 under construction. We unpaused everything, so those should be good. Here, alright. We need meat. You guys racked up. Okay. Could be in a lot better shape now. 7 months of food, 5 months of fuel. Here in Roheloch, we are building out 3 available living spaces, 4 under construction. Schachspitz. Hunting camp, we'll put somebody in there. Reserve is down. Okay. 6 planks available. And we know we probably are going to want to put a couple people over here. That's a little bit of a drive from where they're currently trying to build up. Two more. That would be probably just fine. Got those 4, and then we would have another like back here. That'd probably be as much of the farm area as we want to encroach in. Don't have the planks to support that, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 1 over here, kind of a specialized plot. I think we'd want to have somebody with a vegetable garden. Okay. Oh, Riverside Cottage. Right on the border of... That seems like we're going Wildfield. Schachspitz. really large one. Okay. Let's go about right here. And yeah. Single. Don't like how wide that goes. But there we go here. Bring it down. I don't know if we're gonna get over that. We can go here. Still same problem. Single and keep that row of trees. Okay, that's gonna be a nice vegetable garden plot. Have a well we could connect right to it. Oh yeah, that'll go perfect. Yeah. Okay, their food. It's okay. Fuel's getting set. Large granary and Schachspitz. Wildfeld, I guess, sorry. Kind of gets confused about where it's at sometimes. The stats don't update or align properly. That's central. There, we can go 5. 4 with an interesting, you know, kind of profile. Schachspitz running out of fuel. That's okay. Storehouse to leave supplies in. Okay, 2 oxen. It's fine. Take a person out of there. We're gonna... Woodcutter's Lodge needs to be a priority. Fisherman's Hut is good to go, so we'll start fishing that. We're also gonna set our advance, or our surplus here. Getting our reserves, so we're at 700. I think we're gonna go about 490. It's about 2/3. So we won't want to fish too low there on the fish per pond. Got level 1 burgage plots being constructed. We're done with the wild animal hunting. A lot of meat. Pull you off of the hunting camp temporarily. Help with the construction in the central area. We don't need to develop this too broadly, but it'll be nice eventually. I want to get some things locked in. 2 months of fuel, 7 months of food now, so we're kind of stabilized. We'll get the Woodcutter's Lodge going. And we'll have 4 available stable space. Get some other food though. We'll need planks, so we'll get a saw pit right there. Should be great. Alright, we got our development points. I can tell you right off the bat, actually. Got 80 regional wealth. I might actually go with the orchards, because you get an orchard going now, especially one of those plots. We're going to want to get into irrigation for droughts, especially in a heavy farming region. Lowers the amount of damage. Orchards are a requisite for that. We can get an orchard going right now with some good food variety, especially on some of those plots we put on the far side. That first plot in the corner, once it's built, it is built. Okay. An orchard would be okay, but we don't have any vegetables yet. This is a prime vegetable opportunity. But I am also going to set up an orchard in the back here somewhere. And nice little secluded. Let's see what we can do here on this burgage plot. Here to here. Too steep to build. That's a bummer. Oh, with that, we'll try again. And strapping around where we would probably want it to connect across. Crap. Okay, and then here. Okay. Affecting just a little bit on these plots. Do two, or I can bring it down to a single. And that single is going to be wonderful orchard territory. So we'll set that as the highest. And then with the granary eventually coming in there, that will be a good opportunity. Okay, so Wildfeld, we got a pack station finished. Fuel at Schachspitz. Bumping up priorities, moving things around a little bit. Next up would be a church. Once we get enough planks, so we'll work through all those. 44%. The food variety is okay. We need a church. I need some clothing variety. That's all going to rely on planks. So let that go. Back over to Wildfield. 12 available living spaces. 1 under construction, so that's good. We'll get our mining pit. 1 person assigned there. 2nd person assigned there. Got our forester's hut. It's in November, so it won't make sense to commit them right now. But a logging camp over here does make sense. And saw pit on the inside here. Right across from. Okay, Roheloch. Hey, Roheloch needs some level 2 development. So let's go ahead and we'll upgrade our vegetable plots. Those get the perk. We've got a 77% approval, 6 unassigned families. So things are looking really well. Let's go ahead. We got another livestock order for our trade. Set that up. We'll go ahead and demolish the stonecutter camp. We can develop through here. And get our next row of homes back behind here. Just deep enough for the backyard plot. We rotate, and we're good to go. Okay. And I'll wait until that's complete to kind of mirror this road. Something along those lines would probably be adequate for our intercity setup. And we'll have some construction here. So we know we want a tavern. We can do it right there, kind of along there, that line. The malt house. Does it fit right there? It kind of wants to. And I think that'll be okay. Bring those in. I turn off snapping. Okay. We lose a little bit of that back row. But I don't think there's other great opportunities there. Let's go ahead and get snapping back on. And if we rotate, what are the better options? Yeah. That'll be fine. We'll have have a few options here. One tavern with two others. We could have, one brewery with two others, or we could go just a single. I'm thinking about a double versus a single plot. We'll commit those. That run. Bring those across. We'll have some homes built up behind. 5 available people. Just to make sure we got a woodcutter's lodge going. We got our saw pit. We're good on planks, and the forester's hut is going just fine. Okay, our marketplace is good. We're gonna have our tavern here. I'm gonna set that as the lowest priority. This will be the highest priority. We're at 180 regional wealth. And, oh man. I know we're going to need the deep mining perk, and then getting into charcoal burning will actually give us an opportunity for some revenue generation here. We can also trade out meat to some of the other regions as we get that built up. And 60 and 31%. Okay, Schachspitz. 0 available, but 1 under construction. 44% approval, so taxation is there. We don't even have a church yet. What are they talking about? Sometimes the stats just don't update properly. Some of the strangest, weirdest things, right? It's highest priority. They're working on that. Okay, and I'm gonna commit the orchard to it right now. And if we went and put the hunting camp to work, 12 months of food, 9 months of fuel, 12 timber. And I'm gonna bring you out, put you on the saw pit. We need 5 timber, and let's go ahead and we're gonna build our peninsula road and bridge. That'll be a commitment. So what do we got here? Unassigned families for the well construction. Storehouse is finished at Roheloch. Okay. 4 available spaces, 8 occupied. Wonderful. Okay, perfect timing. We go for charcoal burning. And let's commit some folks to charcoal kilns. I think it would make sense. 1 on the corner. And 1 just across from that. Go with 2, just to really boost that pretty hard. We're at 83%. Yeah, they're doing just fine. Food at 6 months, fuel at 7 months. We're at 1,700. Influence and rising. We've got planks for a bunch more. Let's get animal pens going. And don't overcommit ourselves in the construction phases, but some of this going. Okay, Wildfeld. 11 available living space, 3 unassigned workers. We have a pack station. Okay, I'm going to put somebody on here, and the advance, we're going to trade with, well, we can trade with Roheloch. What have they got in excess of? They got meat. Okay. So we'll trade meat, and we'll send... How's our military looking? We got crossbows. Let's do that. Meat for crossbows. Okay. So, we're moving things between regions. The exchange value of goods needs to match. We exchange iron at 14 silver and firewood for 7. You get 2 firewood for every iron. So we're going to trade 1 crossbow for a bunch more meat. It sounds like, just to, which will be great. Keep ourselves stocked. So we got 1 person there. Here, Schachspitz, we have planks in excess, so we're gonna send planks in exchange for fish. Seems like a good trade. Okay. Logging camp done in Wildfeld. Okay. Yeah, we'll be alright there. Okay, Roheloch is developing. Trying to get our revenue going. And Schachspitz. 40% right now. A lot. 60 planks. Okay, the malt house. Let's go ahead and get our barley in. We're going to say we want a trade of desired surplus. We'll call it 20. We don't have much right now. I'm only going to commit 1 person to that malt house. Okay, treasury change. Getting good. We're at 1800 influence. Almost ready to, like, claim an additional region if we can get one for next year. Get the tavern. Second person in there. Got some level 2. We need to get 3 level 3 burgage plots. My preference would be for these 3 with the orchards, just so we can make sure. And right off the bat, 1 option. I love that. One, 2. We have enough for the blacksmith. Yeah, let's double that up. So, should increase our production at the blacksmith. Very much appreciated. We got 2,609 regional wealth. Really good as far as, let's see, our clay going up. Iron parts we're lacking on right now. Almost. Maybe do another blacksmith up here. Let you guys run. This woodcutter's lodge. Gonna demolish for now. Get that cleared up. Same with the logging camp. Yeah, Roheloch, new families move in. Looking great. 7 available. 6 unassigned families now, so that's great. Good little town central. I just spent most of our coin. see. We have dyes. We can export those. Under, yeah, crafting materials. And we'll say 40 dye surplus. We're exporting those for 4 each. Don't really have ale to supply on the small tavern yet. We'll pause that. Treasury change, 113. Food's being provided. We're 4 months of food now. I have to watch that. 1, 2, 3, 4. How are we doing on our trade here? Okay. If we wanted to trade charcoal, we'd have to spend 100 credits to do it. But, again, work through that. Food-wise. Not enough regional wealth to bring in extra folks. Okay, Schachspitz. 40%. We didn't need the church. We should be able to do that now. Got 45 planks. So let's build our bridge over here. Okay. Connect that road across just like so. Okay, and the church we're going to build. $20 more planks now, but should be able to start putting all of our main population stuff over here. And really just develop this. Be exciting. Maybe have riverfront, you know? See that. Little riverfront walk. They'll have the backyards and stuff that tie in. Wildfeld has upgraded. Okay, so we'll have all the riverfront facing areas. We have a little development, who knows? But yeah, we can start construction in here. Once we get, yep, enough. That's good to go, and yeah, sure, we'll plug the church in on the inside over here. Keep people happy. Church Street. Right. And we are also going to set up logging just behind it to clear out the rest of this peninsula. Starting at the tip and then working our way out. Okay. Are we looking here? Okay. You're out of the saw pit. You go construct stuff. Okay, what do we see? We got construction. Blacksmith is finished. Okay, you are working on iron parts then. Okay. Excellent. So that'll keep up with the rest of our demands. Wildfield is good to go. We can set up our deep mining perk. which will kind of extend things indefinitely. Do we need it right now? We're still at 1700, 2200. Let's go for something we're going to get immediate use out of in the development roadmap. And I think the better deals, as we start importing and looking at bringing in lambs and sheep, those would be good. 1, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, sheep breeding will be the way to go here, as well as our apiaries. But we're going to bring the better deals. Let that just happen. Okay. How are we looking? We got meat, vegetables, eggs, apples, a little bit of fish. Hey, some apples already. Not too bad. We need 6 more up to the next level. 16 available living spaces. 1 unassigned family. Doing really, really great as far as all that goes. No concerns. We can demolish that storehouse once we're a little happier with the overall development. Okay, Roheloch. 9 available, 77 approval rating. Only 5 regional wealth, so we'll need to... Let's turn off that barley trade. Running 5, we've got 8 malt. No ale yet. And actually, maybe... Depending on how things are at in Wildfeld, how much ale do we have? Some, not a ton. And iron parts we're going up with. Let's see here, we got 13 crossbowmen. Let's get a crossbow militia going. Just about full up on our other stuff. Move those the other direction. See, Schachspitz hunting camp is full. Bring that back down. The shoal of fish, it's frozen over. Let's let those folks help. Fuel, they're at 37%. Really poorly managed so far, unfortunately. We have, though, 11 months of food, 20 months of fuel. And that church will be moving things over. Highest priority for all of the logging that's going to go on over here. Get that cleared up. And the manor is actually going to be on the far side. And we'll have 1 line across here that kind of protects that region. All of our populace. Okay, Roheloch. Family members started moving in. Alright. Doing good. Let's confirm where we're at here. Church level is a problem. There's a food over here. That orchard, that's gonna be great. Vegetable garden. Really well set up there. Fan. Go clear that side. Fisherman's hut. March 1st. Go ahead and the Woodcutter's Lodge. They're going to be our new construction, folks. 22 months of fuel. Good. Also put our manor. Think. Probably on this side. Maybe in the middle, I don't know. We don't want to go too far off. But I think right here, a nice line of a manor wall. Be a good option. They'll put it right there. I put a garrison tower, not yet. Let's see. Road in between. Okay. Cool. Meat, honey, or meat and fish. Main sources of food. We should have vegetables. Some chicken coops. Stocks are damaged. That's unfortunate. 3,120. Those better deals are doing a lot. Doing a lot for us. Okay. Couple things I know. Mercenary supply. 80% food variety. Oh, we got royal tax coming in. We have 2,000 influence. We could try and push a new region. Again. 1,600 treasury. Okay. Looking, we've got a decently outfitted militia, just shy on people. We're sending crossbows to the other locations. So, Roheloch. They don't have anything to really contribute. Just hitting T to scroll between those. Okay, so Roheloch, nothing. What do we have in excess of? Our meat, berries. Oh man, we're down to 4 months of that. Let's ease up on our taxation. The food tithe. Now that we got things kind of settled, land tax at 4% is still okay. We're at 34 regional wealth. What do we have? We got plenty of leather, so we're gonna put in a cobbler. Each of these is getting upgraded to level 2. Nine people available. Just planning and planning. Firewood, charcoal, both being produced in excess, so that's good. Let's get more people on that. How's our supply? Yeah, we need to bump up our supply opportunities. Large storehouse will be the first upgrade. We'll get the granary next. Okay. For available living spaces. So I'm gonna go right here, remove that. We're gonna have a crossroad back here. Cuts across this section as well. Actually, I don't think it would need to. Be okay. We'll just have that break up this block. About right here. Snapping right there. Five. Bring in those. Get it set here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and got to demolish. We were going to rotate. I hit the build instead. Okay. Get a 4 set. We'll parallel this out and along. About right there. And then we'll have a couple of defined crossroads that come in and out. We can go a little bit further out there. Like break up a couple of blocks like that. Okay. Three homes there. Turn off snapping. Okay. Just kind of build out, and around Roheloch they need 4 at level 2. We're gonna get this one to level 2. That'll be our brewery. This one gets to level 2. And our cobbler shop here. We do need to get our mining started. As I'm over here, just thinking about it. Get both the salt mine and the clay. Just a quick line in for each. Okay. Town center is developing nicely. We're at 116 regional wealth. Doing well on that. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll get pigs. Get some goats as well to make sure we get... Yeah. Get some of that set up. The next thing we want to upgrade. Got stable space. 8 of 14. Okay, Wildfeld family members are moving in. That's great. We need 6 more level 2 upgrades. And a level 3. Everybody on this central area, I want to get them all upgrades to the next tier. 325 timber. Yeah, they're doing great. Everybody here has pigs. Get our meat production at 3,700. Keeping that bank balance. Really bankrolling our entire area. Roheloch, settlement level has increased. So go ahead and check that out. Get our development points committed once I get all of my farm animals bought in this area. Hopefully that'll help with my meat. Meat shortages. We see some fish coming in. Level 3 there. Okay, Roheloch. Upgrade complete. Got 6 available families. We see we got some of those being worked. Okay. So... you do the advanced skinning now, which is going to get into meat. You do sheep breeding. The deep mining, not quite yet. I think advanced skinning will be the way to go. Doubles our meat production. We've already got plenty of backyard extensions for that, and meat we're kind of down to just 1-ish. So I think with the trade we've been doing with the larger city there, probably outpacing what we can reliably spend. Okay, but we go through and get a bunch of animal pens set up. That will help. Okay. Everyone here is going to have pigs. Great. Let's save up on our regional wealth to be able to get the firewood exports going. Although, let's see how Schachspitz is doing here. Down to 35, 38%. Oh no! The Baron is trying to claim Schachspitz from us. Now, June 2nd. Let's see what we can do. Okay. We're going to rally our troops here from both sides. Going to check. Okay, the Wayward Sons, the Battle Brothers, local thugs, Furdau and Klainau. I don't think they're going to be any help from that far away. But if we at least lock them in, even though they're on the far side of the map. Let's see what we can do here. 1800 treasury. We're doing really, really well on that. Let's go ahead and get our retinue set up now. We're spending 110 gold per month here, so as long as we keep that, and honestly, our treasury change each month, even at the 4%, yeah, we're in cash positive for treasury, so I'm going to just go ahead and go crazy, get my retinue built back up. It's going to be 80 per. 50 recruit, and 29 for the treasury cost, so 79. Keep about 550. Go with our 16. Rally you guys here. Yeah. Sadly, pretty much worthless at that range. So we're gonna make sure. My militia, how are we doing here? Spears, people, not many extra crossbows. Okay, but we're okay. I'm gonna do logging camp. Our forester's hut. Let people run that. How am I doing on my clay? I've got plenty of clay. Let's get the clay furnace stocked up the rest of the way. We're about to the point where we could really use some other assists. Let's get this. Okay, wild animals. And Schachspitz. Shoal of fish is being harvested. Not sure what he's going to be able to bring. Actually, I'm going to go balance with those guys. Standing their ground. I'm going to contest it right at the last possible moment. Guys, run to your positions. Oh, and they are going through the peninsula. That is awesome. That road we built, it's paying dividends. One more tick. Tip of the old tuck. Okay, now we are declaring enemies.
Yes, sire! Men, run!
Hey, we're gonna just end that conversation.
My liege! My lord! Your orders! Pick up the pace! Yes, sire! My liege! Faster! Sire! Advance! Orders! Forward!
I'm actually gonna have you guys go here. You guys are gonna go here. You guys will go here. Okay, we're in the area.
Your orders! Pick up the pace! Your orders! Move quickly! My liege! Move quickly! Forward! My liege! Run! Run! My liege!
See if I can't stand my ground here. Oh yeah, see now it's back.
Move quickly! Faster! My lord! Yes!
Gotta draw them back in this way. Get a lot better support, which will be awesome.
Your orders! My lord! Advance! Yes!
You guys should be firing at will.
Your orders! Your orders! My liege! Run! Your orders! Yes, sire! Yes, sire! My lord! My liege! March! My lord!
All you guys in stand your ground mode.
My liege! Men! Die! Run! Men! Yes! Forward! My liege! Charge! Orders! Die! Faster! Lord! Pick up the pace! Yes, sire! Your orders! Sire! Die! Charge! Orders! Yes, sire! Run! My liege! March! My liege! Your orders! Die! Your orders! Your orders! Sire! Move! Yes, sire! Move quickly! Men! Charge!
Wildfield retinue just got completely murdered. That sucks. All that spent just to get wrecked there. Okay, yeah. They are wiped out. There's the battle area.
Men, march! Your orders! Forward! My liege! Forward! My liege! Sire! Charge! Sire! Charge! Sire! Faster! Yes, sire!
Okay, how are we doing up here? 29, we're kind of okay.
My lord! My liege! My liege! Men!
You guys are chasing them off. Oof. Alright, not too bad for my militia. Getting hurt there. Okay. 259 days left for the treasury there. Let's see. Towsonbrook's pretty worthless for an expansion opportunity there. I'm gonna go balanced here as we clean these guys out.
Push forward, men!
Okay. Schachspitz, the battle has been won.
Yes, sire!
Okay. We could continue to push. Did the Baron get anybody new? We're June 23rd. No more mercenary companies available. Okay. Since we know this is going to be another higher wealth region, let's go push up that way. Okay, we're not going to run. Just take it at our leisure. But we can afford these guys for a few more months. And we're going to press that claim. Absolutely. I want to make that Baron pay for it. Okay. You're out of there. We're going to get you into hunting. Fish, all that. We need to get good. 37%. Alright. That is the struggle with these things. Okay, we just paid our mercenaries. Treasury change. 147 that we're taxing folks. Church over there. Roheloch, the mining pit. Okay. There we go. 9 people available. Okay, 12 available. Okay, looking good on regional wealth here. Let's go ahead while we're getting set up. We're going to export crafting materials and fuel. Alright. Exporting charcoal. And our desire is going to be 200. Okay. So that should help generate a lot more revenue for us. Okay. Let's bring you all over, kind of centrally located. More person on that forester's hut. Needs a little help there. And 2 more on that charcoal kiln. We got food for 7 months, fuel for 15. 3,400 wealth, so we'll need to start playing around with that. Okay. So let's go have you guys all set up here. And I'm going to press my claim against Klainau. He thinks he wants to push us around. That Baron. Press our claims. For July 18. Year 6. Alright, well. Yeah, we can do this.
Forward! Yes, sire! Forward! My liege! March!
Okay, what do we see? Regions being claimed. Oh, he's coming from all the way over at Under Dornley. Homeboy's not even gonna get a chance. Enemy unit has been spotted. Okay. He's coming from all the way over there? Yeah. Okay, we'll watch what his approach looks like. If he's coming from the right, we'll block off that way. If he's coming this way, we'll just gatekeep on the bridge here. You can even set the thugs there, or archers on this side.
March! Your orders! Forward! Yes, sire!
We haven't left the region yet. Right, we're on the border. And you guys, y'all can do stand your ground. Do a shield wall there. Yeah, so what does he got? He's got 1, 2, 3, 36 ground units. He's got an 18 for brigands, and then one group of archers. 2, 3, 3.5 melee. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish, and 3 archers. We should be able to power him over here. That's gonna be great. Just watch where he goes. Okay, pay the local mercenaries. Yeah, he's gonna be over this way. So what I can do, set my guys here, these guys here.
My liege! Yes, sire!
Okay.
My liege!
Archers over here, and these archers are gonna come over that side. Actually, we'll set these archers over here now, too. They're really committed to it.
Yes! Advance! Your orders!
But we can force them in along this roadway, and the archers will start
My lord! My liege! Your orders!
carrying them from over here.
March!
And I'll set up just a giant wall here.
Yes! Forward! Advance! My liege! Your orders!
You guys are fire at will, you guys are fire at will. 22 days left.
Men! Advance! March! Men! Yes, sire!
Try to exit everyone from the region. I've had that kick me out before.
Advance, men! My lord! Yes, sire! My lord! Forward! Your orders! Yes, sire! Forward! My liege! Your orders! March! Sire! My liege!
Second them. This guy's in the zone.
Yes, sire! Attack!
Give my archers a real shot. Guys, fully recharged. They're running to positions. They're going to push forward, chase them off. Oh no, he snuck guys in here. Oh no, we're getting flanked. He hired more. Sneaky dude. You guys are taking out them. You guys. Up here. You guys are all gonna go out here. All my archers are coming this way. Do balanced here. You guys come out of the shield wall formation.
Stand fast! Move quickly! Fire! Move quickly! Stand! Yes, sire! March! Men! Run! Fire! Men! Yes, sire! Faster! Pick up the pace!
My liege! Forward! Yes, sire!
My liege!
Hey,
Pick up the pace, my lord! Shield wall! Yes, sire! Forward! Yes, sire! Men! Pick up the pace! Move, men! Your orders, men! Your orders! Kill them! Attack! Kill them! Your orders! Pick up the pace! Attack!
Yes! We have taken Klainau. Alright. That is wonderful. It was close there. Okay. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to disband my units here. We've only got 4 or 5 days left. We did suffer some heavy losses there between the battles, but managed to really pull through with 2 separate battles we were fighting, realistically. But we have Klainau under our control. 620 treasury. It's August, so it'll be a little rough. Let's just see. August is end of summer, autumn for harvesting, plowing, sowing crops. Could be an option. Could be a quick option. So let's see. We know. Just kicked his butt here. Okay. All of my guys, we're going to run to positions. We keep a balanced formation. Don't need to get back home before I can manage that. Responding to the correspondence, we don't need to worry about. So, Klainau will be developed for the next episode, I believe. We've got it opened up, and yeah, really great revenue options with the clay deposit, rich iron deposit. We're going to start off with clay, just since it's we've already got our military stuff going out of Wildfeld. And we can work on migrating the herd of animals. I'm going to place a couple of hunting camps. Oh, perfect. And maybe a little further back off of the road next time. If we can get it, wonderful. That would be great. We'll have a nice roadway here. Have our food production. Really tight, compact layout. Klainau. Let's come back here. How have we finally finished that church? It's the downside with it being so far off that direction. Okay. Getting very close. Getting very close. We're going to continue getting Schachspitz set up. But we know we have Klainau that will be ready for us. Where are we at on living space? Wildfeld, we have 4 available living spaces. 7 months of food, 14 months of fuel. Things are looking really great. We're at 3,500 regional wealth. Yeah, the more we keep there, better things gonna run for us. Okay. We know stable space, we got plenty of extra, so let's get some oxen brought in. And let's also work on further developing this town center area. And I think number 1, there's going to be a road that goes this way. Not sure how far. But if we connect over to Tausenbrook there, and we eventually develop into that area. So quick, thick road here. Okay. So we're good there. We're at 70% food variety. We have apples that aren't being distributed right now. August and September. What are we looking at for our pantry? Okay, they've got 10. Okay. We do gambesons, helms. I think all of those are things we don't want to start importing. We got enough regional wealth to bring them in. So if we get that, let's go ahead and set them up. So gambesons, we'll hire that. We want to bring in, we'll call it a desired surplus of 20. We're going to import mail armor. Desired surplus of 20. And these are going to be cheap. 11 and 13. That'll be great. And helms. And what this is going to do is just allow us to get these resources in to the region. Get them used for our militia. That can then expand out. We're at 4 out of 10 happiness. We're 68% approval. So food variety, lack of entertainment is a thing. How are we doing on our entertainment level? It's fully supplied to everybody we got, so yeah. That's one to watch out for. We're gonna have a few more residences we bring along here. And honestly, we had. I'm gonna go relocate these in my set up my stable. It is. Turn the road snapping back on. We'll move those into the center. About as tight as we can get right there. Okay. Wonderful. A lot of planks, so we can also work on upgrading some of our areas. That the blacksmith level 3, joiner shop, let's go ahead and upgrade that to level 3. We got a bowyer shop level 3 and the other blacksmith level 3. And just crank away on that. Iron slabs, we need some love. Gotta watch that. Iron ore and iron slabs. So we'll put 1 and 2 more people in the bloomeries. Manage there. That should be good setup. We're gonna start building off this way. And I noticed something here. We've got 334 planks, only 6 timber. So let's check out our saw pit. Look at the timber. We want to make sure we've got, let's call it 40. We got a pretty good logging industry. A lot of things that are using up timber. So that's good to go. Okay. Our roof tiles, we should have plenty. We're at 19. We're just exporting like crazy, which is good. And the next place we're going to build. All right. I'm going to set up here. Get these ready to construct. I'm just doing a quick field as a placeholder. Gonna demolish this. Putting in our burgage plots in that corner. Sometimes it's a little odd. Oh, not enough goods, that's why. We converted all those planks out. Okay, so that's Wildfield. Finally, the church is done in Schachspitz. We're going to commit you to the logging camp now. At church level, should be good. Taxation shouldn't be doing anything. All right, what are you guys talking about? We got people in the storehouse, people in the granary. We got food and fuel. Got our woodcutter's lodge. Okay. We got 1 person on that logging camp. I want to bring them back over into this one. Just confirm both of our food production buildings. Yeah. Got meat and fish with some vegetables. Awesome. So 42%. We're going to see that positive approval rating over a couple of months. A little tough getting all the resources moved out to that peninsula. I think it's going to pay off for us. Okay, stables are done. Charcoal kiln storage is full. Cobbler's shop, people move in. Lost a lot of folks in that battle, which is unfortunate. Okay. Okay, the joiner shop construction is complete. Got some folks still be moving in there. Our royal tax has been increased. Half a year out. Family members in. Treasury change at 140. Alright, so that tells me Schachspitz, we're doing good. We're seeing some improvement there. Market level, church, food variety, all those are good things. The one thing they'll want is a tannery. So So we'll go set that right across from the hunter's camp. And realistically, I'll pull you off the fishing there, off the hunting. Okay, Wildfield partner region has no storage of this kind. Oh, good. Okay, what are we trading? They don't have any storage for planks? Oh, they're full. Okay. What does Wildfield have? An abundance of? Okay. Shoes and herbs. We're using up our leather and such. Clay, iron parts. We can send roof tiles. Let's do that. That'll be the next steps up. Okay. What are we doing over here? 8 available. Klainau has not been settled. Our storehouse, they are full. Okay, we can upgrade that. Yeah. Roheloch, family moved in. It's good news. We got 7 available. These guys, 1,100 regional wealth, looking way better. Okay, we're going with pigs.
Don't be shy.
Okay, and you're gonna be our brewery extension. We have a little bit of malt. Okay, our livestock, we got both. So now we're going to turn back on our barley imports. And we got that going. We're going to say our desired surplus is 50. Okay. 1 person there. We got the high priority there. Where else? What are our other production going? The Woodcutter's Lodge. 5 months of food, 7 months of fuel. We should capitalize on this. Just going some additional development here. And Roheloch getting another. We'll actually put 2 foragers on the 2 additional forager huts. We go for 4. Might be a little bit overkill, but. What do I need to get to? Level 3. Don't quite have for that stone church. So, what do we have over here? Put in a clay furnace. I'll plug it right here, just since it'll be temporary. You'll get a backyard plot. A lot of meat production. Okay, and all of those are occupied. Felt good there. We're going to settle Klainau in the spring, assuming the Baron lets us. 7 available living spaces. Things are going really well right now. Big bankrolls across the board. Okay, ordering pigs. And just since a little variety won't hurt, our eggs are a little bit on the short side. We'll do a few chicken coops. Okay. Schachspitz has a tannery, so let's go do that. They have, what? Hides. Positive approval rating going up. We're at 45%. About to start seeing that develop. What are we gonna What are we gonna work on? We're gonna get logging camp set up here. Actually, yeah. I want to say there would be a trading post on this road as it makes the corner. We had the trade post right here, actually. Let's go ahead and recommit for that. Right where it was intended to go. Start. Okay. Nobody free to work it. That's fine. We'll go pull you off the logging camp. Okay, Schachspitz is on the verge of positive population growth. Wildfeld, we've got some folks going. Timber situation is better. Our planks are good. Iron slabs are going to need a little bit of more help, I think. So we're going to need more bloomeries. Get our industry set up. Third bloomery in line. This smithy, I'm going to demolish. And we're going to set up the smithy on this side outside of any additional bloomeries. And this saw pit, I'm going to demolish. Clean up this side of things. Storehouse, also going to demolish you. Let our current workers manage a few things. Just clean up that whole row. And yeah, this original marketplace, we're going to commit, let it go into some of the other regional storehouses. Okay. So, screwed up the distribution a little bit, but honestly, we're going to be doing our farming up here next. Still maintaining 75% approval rating, 1,800 regional wealth. We'll have plenty to be able to do what farming we're going to need. And with the stalls coming in, right, should be good shape to do that. The other thing, we want to make sure we get that second mine down. Okay, that works. Connect that one across. We got some support supplies there. Need the deep mining, so 3 more level 2 up to level 3. Everybody that could, they're having food supply issues. But, alright. So we need 3 more. 1. 2. Should be able to get them settled. Okay. Schachspitz has a trading post. Excellent. Got a hunting camp. We got our tannery. Committing for the long haul. What are we looking at here? 14 months of food, 13 months of fuel. We are in the positive approval ratings. We got the initial settlers here with a marketplace. We've got some of the essentials. And we'll be starting on this peninsula, getting some folks that'll just get our population ramped. And build up and grow on this area. Okay, Roheloch. Forager's Hut. So here, trading post. I see we've got leather coming in. Firewood, meat, vegetables, fish. Timber and planks are good. We got some roof tiles coming in. That's wonderful. Check that clay furnace in Roheloch. Enough people to run it. So we have 74 clay, some dyes. Honestly, Roheloch, we're importing barley. That's causing revenue issues, but we're probably right at that point where we can, yeah. We can commit to some real farming, agriculture. If we bring in right at the edge of town, start importing. Yeah. What do we want for here? I think, yeah, the sheep breeding here would be where we want to get to. So we got revenue sources. We're going to bring in sheep for that once we get developed. The deep mine will happen in the future. I really feel like, yeah, we'll get some folks assigned and starting on that. So we have our farming. We'll first want to decide where the sheep farm is going to be. We're going to knock out some of these on the edge, so that tree area. Just this little sliver, which will be fine. Okay, so that's a sheep farm. We're going to have a pasture. Out of the trade, we'll bring in a livestock trading post right next to it. And industry, a weaver's workshop. Okay. And then, beyond that, we'll set up a pasture. However far it needs to go for snapping. That will be space for 97, 100 farm animals. Let's actually bring this back a little. Right at 100, we'll commit that, and we'll do something similar right here. 100 on this side too. Okay. We're gonna have some roof tiles coming in. So with 200 sheep, at least to start, space for them, and a lot more space to develop out into. Okay. We're in the winter, so this won't matter as much. Go ahead and put herbs in each of these huts. Let those build. Okay, Klainau, not settled. Schachspitz, 49% approval rate. They're having a negative approval rating for taxation when no tax is being charged. That is lame. You guys gotta stop whining. Okay. Wildfeld, we're at 68%. Church level. Okay. Roheloch with the livestock trading post. Right now in Roheloch, our trade is getting hurt. We're exporting, we're importing barley, exporting dyes, exporting charcoal. Let's just, I'm gonna slow down my barley imports. It's spent through what we had. Let's say we want a 10 surplus. That'll slow things down for a little bit. And we're gonna start bringing in sheep. We don't have the development point yet. But import and oxen. We're going to say 200. We have pasture space for 210. And we're going to be importing as many as we can to start. Of course, that'll drain our regional wealth for a little bit pretty quickly. But keep importing those, and then eventually we'll export our lambs. I'll actually set that right now. We're going to export lambs, desired surplus. We'll say we want to keep 10 on hand, but no foreign trade. And that way, our farming region, they can import the lambs, let them graze on the pastures, and grow them out to be adult sheep. Okay. And make sure we put a person, or 2 or 3. We'll get 3 people on there. getting roof tiles, and that's going to help with the church. Honestly, yeah. Looking good. 1162 treasury. So that's improving. Now let's open the castle planner here. Okay. You want to put in a garrison tower. I think, yeah. It would want to be on the edge there. I'm going to go ahead and commit that. We'll be able to get a retinue going. And let's spend through some treasury. We'll hold off until after we settle in Klainau. Don't have anybody on the sheep farm yet. We're going to import lamb ASAP. Put on horses. Do we need one more horse over here? Okay, cool. Folks are set. This logging camp is kind of dying off. Same with the Woodcutter's Lodge. We got our charcoal kilns going like crazy. Decent amount of food, and our meat production is going to get really aggressive. So, yeah. Eggs, we need berries. We're out right now. And just so that we got people assigned and ready. 4 of them on that wild berry deposit, which is a seasonal right now, shrinking, but we'll manage. We have 3 level 2 burgers plots that need upgrades. That is, you know, in need of. Yeah. We have a cobbler's shop. We should. Yeah. We're gonna have a tailor's workshop. We'll put that in right now. Preemptively, just to get, well, we'll wait. We'll commit that once we need it. But once we start getting some wool, we'll be able to make cloaks with the dyes that we've also got. So. Hey. Roheloch, stable for a bit. We've got 4 available living spaces, and I think we'll just continue to expand along here. I'd like to be able to rotate that one in. Yeah, kind of go this direction a little. Pull that in. We'll have a bit of an odd angle in here somewhere, and I think that's going to be fine, but get some folks that will be backing up. We'll do road facing. I bring that down just by 1 to make sure. Here. The 2. Can go kind of in between to get an odd shaped plot. So let's get from this corner here. Handful of, you know, those are also pretty odd shaped, but it's going to make something really unique. And yeah, vegetable garden right there. Urban planning at its finest. Okay. Got our tavern. A couple of folks that are at level 2. They, yeah, well access is limited. So where is the well? I thought I had one committed down here. Okay. That one there. We'll have a well right here. Okay. One well in the corner. Back this way, probably. It's like a couple blocks away from the other, but try and keep that managed. Okay. Plenty of available spaces being built. So, Roheloch, development-wise. We're gonna look good. We've got 1 sheep already, and hey, you know what? Bring in 1 more sheep. You wanna start multiplying. Schachspitz, we're at 58% positive approval rating. We've got 1 available living space. We got 36 timber and 101 planks. I'll be able to upgrade those right off the bat. And the one thing I do want to do is we're gonna have some road facing burgage plots right out on the water. Construct those 4, and yeah, we'll probably just do that type of development all throughout this area. Bring them in small plots, not worry about anything too over the top. Put in an iron mining pit. But we'll set that as a very low priority, and then same over here, get this mining pit covered. Set that as lowest priority. Pitching post. Well, for the time being, put it in right here, next to the well. That'll be fine, and might as well connect this across where we see our crossroads happening. Okay, so good connectivity there. Good roads, nice pathways. Schachspitz. Let's see. Hopefully January we pass into the full positive. Moving in January. Okay, Weaver's Workshop is going. Confirm we get growth finally in Schachspitz. That's the hardest one, especially since right as we built, we lost those. Yes. We have a new family in Schachspitz. They are going to start helping build out things, and I'll tell you what, we'll get some priorities going, but that's a good sign. They're stable. We're seeing 442 influence. It's going to be a while before we can get our influence up to snuff. And of course, we're going to have to get our retinues set up in each of our regions here to make sure people are happy with that. Wildfeld, we're at 1,300 regional wealth, looking at where our trade is at. Importing barley, exporting iron parts and tools. We're importing helmets. So our militia is actually pretty well outfitted right now. If we look, yeah, Gambesons are a little on the low side, but 25 helms, 4 Gambesons, 14 mail. Right, similar for all those folks. What do we have an excess of? All right, crossbows. Why are we not working on those? The bowyer shop should be doing crossbows. We have iron parts. We have plenty of planks. That should be well managed. Are we still sending crossbows out? That might be the problem. We just have sending roof tiles. We're getting back fish. Sending, or we're we're gonna send. I've done this backwards. We want to send crossbows and receive meat, but we're actually not gonna do that. We're gonna send. What have we got in excess of right now? Apples. We could send apples, actually. That would be a great opportunity. So let's go send apples, and we're gonna get back salt. Nah, we'll just get back meat. Configured that wrong. We're sending roof tiles and getting back fish from Schachspitz. That's good. I think that's a good fair exchange. At some point, we're going to swap these back and just kind of have our apples as a free export for everybody. Fish from there. We'll export roof tiles. and they will be able to export them from or import them from us. 9 out of 10. Oh, the brewery. I think we got one more to get to the next level up to Medium Town. I'll set that as a priority. We'll just watch through that. Getting Wildfeld developed. Finally getting that deep mine perk. And then working on the rest here. Probably get the apiaries so we can get some honey going. Okay. And based on where we're set with our spears, okay, mail armor, gambesons, I think we need to just make sure we're upgrading all of our other level 1 burgage plots up to level 2s. Get this whole set, and we got plenty of planks to do it. Folks struggling with food. That's probably because we've been exporting our meat. They haven't had much to get going. Okay. I'm gonna also expand that living space here. Expand this living space. Wildfeld got the development point, which is awesome. Let's go ahead, and we got up to level 15 for the next one. Okay, how are we looking on our mines, actually? 1400, 1900. 1, 2, 4, 5. One more perk after that. I think it's going to be the beekeeping. Probably go for about 12? I don't know. Each region can only sustain up to 2. That is a lie. But we get that deep mining perk, really commit to it. We'll come back in later with the food options. Since the apiaries have their own thing. We have an abundance of firewood and charcoal, so we can start exporting those as well. And actually, that might be what we send out to each of the other regions for now. We can send out charcoal and get back fish. They'll appreciate that. We'll send out charcoal and get back meat from there. So, working on what works for us. Okay, this pack station. We get the livestock assigned. Okay, cool. So, we've had a couple of battles. We took Schachspitz, we defended Schachspitz, and then we took Klainau. So it's all been about military pressure right now. We really need to get Schachspitz up to speed as far as the ongoing growth. Get food production and really ramp up a lot of food. We need to be able to put that all towards tithes to generate our influence. Because we have 3 unclaimed regions, we need to get 6,000. Sorry, 3 claimed regions with competition. We need to get 6,000 influence, and that's only going to happen through some aggressive expansion. We'll be developing residences on the peninsula here. We put in our own little bridge that's been very helpful. And then we're going to commit the rest of this out here. Just massive amounts of farming. But we should be in really good shape as we get up to the church at the right level. It's showing the wrong stuff right here. There's not taxation. And I think we don't have any level 2, so it shouldn't be dinging us for the lack of entertainment. It's probably just one of the other regions carrying some crossover here. Roheloch, we're looking really, really good. We've got 6 available people. We'll be balancing them between seasonal. We're up to 7 sheep, which is awesome. We're going to start bringing those in with aggression. We see our trade here, importing sheep. And they are exporting charcoal, so we'll have that option. Next time, we're going to focus on getting our farming up to speed in both Schachspitz and Wildfeld. Wildfeld will probably go a little bit quicker just because we will have a lot more people and the infrastructure we need to make that happen. Schachspitz, yeah, we're gonna clear cut stuff. Still working on the population growth, and of course, while we do farming, we're going to get Klainau up to speed. Another economic powerhouse. We should be able to get clay deposits, iron deposits, get them all sent. And we are going to set ourselves up right off the bat in Klainau. I'm going to use these hitching posts here in Wildfeld. Send some key supplies over, make sure we got great food variety. And all we're going to ask for back is firewood. So as long as they can keep up with firewood production, we'll have a lot of that food variety in their marketplaces to go with. I see we are also ready to start expanding. We can get our manor with the artisan plots in between, and really help solidify Wildfeld as an economic powerhouse here. And I think that's going to be a great wrap for episode 3. Thank you guys for watching. Come back next time for more military might, economic growth, and we're stabilizing. We're doing pretty well. We just need to get our influence generation way up and crank that out for the Baron, so that we can claim some of those regions and really make him hurt, make the Baron hurt. So with that, I will catch you guys in the next episode.